Good afternoon. I haven't done much today. I feel a little sick. More than a little, like breathing problems. That although, kind of left me in my bed and prevented me from attending the court hearing, lamentably. Why do I hear all the honks all the time? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the videos from yesterday. They were not particularly special. We have tremendous amount of such videos. As I said, that's why I was hesitant to even take these videos. I've taken it because I understood that people, the science community kind of like wanted. So, and since that are related to science, I'm like more open to kind of like, be cooperative with whatever, the audience, found it like more interesting. I can take more, but the three samples were quite similar, so I don't really need I don't see a reason why. Not long ago, maybe just 3 weeks ago, I've had kind of like a revisit of them, of showing you how these are created in the electrolysis pathway, so I'm kind of like, I feel I don't need to do it again, even though it's possible. It's not that difficult actually to do it. Just that we've done it all the a revisit of how it's done in a very simple way, just not long ago, and so I don't think it's needed to repeat it. Just watch the videos. If for some reason you think that it's incredibly important to do a revisitation of the method of creating multiplying the neurons in the ecosystem pathway, this can be done, but it was just done not a while ago. From the scientific perspective, and it's not a secret that in the last two months, certainly the last 1 month, much less I lost a lot of my drive to the scientific efforts, because I'm so I'm really really bad mood and detached from my daughters almost in here now, and it affects me very negatively. So, and I see, humans, they're pieces of shit, and nobody moves arms and legs to get us out of this hell. So I also, the scientific drive that was, I would say the main drive behind this channel for almost a year now, kind of weakened. But I haven't lost any. It's not all. Maybe I will, later today, another kind of thing that can be done and wasn't really done, at least not thoroughly in the last, months ago, when I've kind of, revisited, the basics of the electrolysis mechanism, is the creation and the growth of life forms using electrolysis, which was a main issue of this channel for a long, long time, actually, in not only microscopic life forms, also worms that are quite big ones, and of course, also shrimps that are even bigger than worms. So this can actually be done. It's rather interesting, especially if you want to see very big life forms. It's not exactly like the ecosystem pathway, because also for reasons that you don't get a very stable mix, and they die. Many of them die very quickly. It's much less stable than what you get in the ecosystem pathway. That that you let the time to let them to live with each other, to eat. You let the neurons time to kind of chop them to pieces and eat kind of the shawarma layer, and also grow the others, sometimes to tremendous sizes. That's why I think the ecosystem pathway is very beneficial. We've seen amazing stuff. But the ecosystem pathway, what's special about it is it's in the electrolysis pathway, or in general the energetic pathway, it's also due to the crucible, the fire, is tremendously quicker. Tremendously quicker. Maybe I'll return to that. This required some symbology, of course. Electrolysis is, because when you do it, the electrolysis pathway, it requires much more attention to the symbols. This is always true. The symbology is always relevant, but the ecosystem pathway, allows the neurons to even it's not. I mean, it's not just allows. I mean, it's predicated on the fact that the neurons do whatever they want. Like, I mean, they're not like robots that are wait for orders. I mean, if you don't give them orders, they just stare like gaze like on the beast. Like, I mean, it's not like that. They have their own agenda, and I mean, they do. I mean, and this is also, I mean, one of the, I mean, advantages of the ecosystem pathway, that, I mean, that you can see what they want to do, like, and what's in their agenda. Because they have agenda for, like, I mean, when they're inside my body or into any like other body, mostly they what they do is just they kill, like, I mean, they kill invaders. They mostly function as like white blood cells, and also they can be manipulated like to change like the body. But this requires great amounts. I don't know if people today eat such amounts, but in the past it was possible to actually change, like, to totally change the form of people to create, like, I mean, like you see in the movie, like morph, like, and later it was like in our generation, it's like used, I mean, for bigger boobs, and in the last 20 years, bigger butts. But and of course, I mean, for males, I mean, needless to say, what they want bigger. But I mean, after that, I mean, they don't really have an agenda, like when they are in the body of, like, I mean, like people, whether they are like, Homo sapiens, Titans, Cherubs. I mean, the agenda is mostly, I mean, just kill invaders, which is great. I mean, normally it's fine, like, I mean, but when they're out of the body, they have their own agenda. And it was like a huge question, I mean, starting at the beginning of the channel, what's their agenda outside the body? Like, what do they do? And I mean, very quickly I understood that this is like, the answer is a whole new science. It's not like, I mean, something that you can say like in one sentence, like kill all humans or, or kill all life forms. Not at all. I mean, the answer is a new science. Like, I mean, it's like, it cannot be summarized. Like, I mean, because they do it like in, both like in microscopic slides, it was kept like in the freezer, and they do it in containers of various sizes, and they do it on planetary scale, most significantly in Venus, but certainly in other places. So it's not a simple question, like, but so, I mean, if you live like in the ecosystem pathway, you allow them like to be, I mean, to kind of like do their thing. This is also true to, again, I mentioned something that I haven't done in the last couple of months, but it was very prominent in the beginning of like in January, February, March, which is to leave slides on the freezer, like to create slides like with like, I mean, neo juice, mostly just, I mean, semen from the ejaculation or pee, and to put like all sorts of interesting objects like on it, like, I mean, sellotape or dead flies or pieces of fruit, like rotten fruit or things like that, and to see what, and to put it in the freezer and to come back like after a couple of days to see what happens. And and you see it a lot in this channel, like, I mean, in the earlier videos. And it's also kind of like a way to see what's their agenda, like what, I mean, what do they do, like, I mean, you just leave them to their own devices. And again, the answer is not simple. I mean, you cannot give like a simple answer to that. But they certainly have an agenda. They don't need me or any other, subject, someone like to give them like, orders. Not at all. They know what to do. I mean, they have agenda. they have to create sculptures, like in like what I call, like, landscaping. I mean, in the microscopic, of course, proportion, but I mean, landscaping and all sorts of like very interesting stuff that are not related to life forms. Even though for life forms are the main, like, profession, but they also do landscaping and like and sculptures. Anyway, that's why, I mean, the ecosystem pathway is so important, I think. But yes, it's much slower. I mean, if you want to create new stuff, I mean, of course, using electrolysis, I mean, using energy, not necessarily electrolysis, just, I mean, technically, it's easiest for me to do it using electrolysis. Of course, I'm sure that there are better ways that can be more efficient, but there are many, many technical issues that should be thought about, and this is discussed tremendously in this channel. Many, kind of, presumably not really important, I would say, consideration, but I mean, they are important if you want to do things like, not just to theorize about it, but to practical purposes. Like, I mean, you need to think about like water and heat and, steam, and I mean, because even though the neurons are superconductors, but all the rest of the material is not superconductor. So, I mean, obviously heat is created, and sometimes too much, and there is the steam and erosion, and all sorts of, and of course ionization, galvanization. So like I mean, and the water is separated to H2A2, and you know, there's a ton of stuff happening, and on top of that, there is the issue of magnetism that was proven to be, I mean, to greatly make the electrolysis more, like I mean, effective, but sometimes too effective. There is the setup of the rods and how to place the rods and how to place the symbols and how to all you know. But I mean, maybe I mean, I see if I want, like if I feel like the you know the urge to return to the electrolysis experiments, probably what I'll do is try to focus, I mean, on the creation of like a very quick creation of big life forms. Just I mean to show you how it's done. I mean, even though it's already it's in the gel, but I mean, I understand some people like fresh. You know, they want all the information to be fresh. And of course, now I'm armed with more understanding of the symbolic language, so arguably I'll be able to produce a bigger variety of life forms in the aquarium. So maybe we'll do it. Seems interesting enough. Anyway, now as I said, I don't feel really well, but I mean, I'll try to kind of like get out of bed. I mean, just, I mean, you know, for the sake of science, as they say.